Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Big T. Welcome to the first ever Big T Sports Talk. This channel is pretty much going to be about sports talk. We're going to cover the world of sports, and we're going to be talking about the New England teams a little bit. So, let's get into it. All right, in NFL news, Jets Muhammad Wilkerson hinted that he might not report to Jets training camp. He's looking for a new long-term deal. The two sides cannot get a deal done by July 15th. He will have to play under the franchise tag or hold out. So we'll see how that pans out. Also, big news on Friday. Von Miller, the Denver Broncos All-Pro linebacker, hinted the fact that he says that there is no chance that he would be playing 2016 under the franchise tag. There have been multiple reports about Von Miller wanted a long-term contract with the Broncos. Unfortunately, I believe the problem with this whole thing is he is asking for too steep of a price. I don't know if Denver's going to be able to pull the money out right there. He did turn down a little while back a deal that was roughly $114 million. The guarantee money was not there, something that him and his agent is trying to get. So, best luck to Von Miller. Hopefully this situation gets down. In Carolina Panthers news, they re-signed Michael Orr to a 3-year contract, and their head coach Ron Rivera to a new 3-year, $19.5 million. So, congratulations to those two. Carolina last year, unbelievable season, almost going undefeated there. And losing to the Super Bowl the way they did. I actually had them beating Denver because I thought, Cam Newton in that offense was going to, pull through. But, best of luck to both of them this season, and hopefully Carolina can get back to the NFC Championship. Pretty much one of the favorites there. In hockey news, this is pretty much old news. The Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup a few weeks back, so congratulations to them. The NHL draft is coming up on this Friday, so if you're a big hockey fan, I would check that out. But the biggest news came last night in NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers pull off an unbelievable game. If you guys didn't watch that game, you missed a heck of a game. I'm not a big basketball fan, but I actually watched it. Great, unbelievable game. I actually had the Golden State Warriors winning it. I had a prediction of they were going to win it 123 to 120, but LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers win it. They won on a score of 93 to 89. This is Cleveland's first major sports championship in 52 years. That's a long time. My parents are in their 50s, so yeah, that's pretty old. So, congratulations to LeBron James. You finally brought a championship back to Cleveland. I know that fan base has been wanting a championship for a long time. So, congratulations to Cleveland Cavaliers. Your first NBA title. Guys, go crazy this summer. So that's in the big world of sports. Now we're going to be touching base on New England sports. So, in the world of New England sports, we're going to talk about the Patriots for a few minutes. Nothing really much to report. They finished up mini camp last week. Some players who we thought that were injured returned. Guys like Deion Lewis, Rob Gronkowski. This is just a pretty much right now in football, it's kind of the nice, really nothing's really going on. You got a couple of weeks, everybody had their mini camp, they break off and they go off and do whatever they need to do before training camp starts. Which training camp does start in late July. I'm gonna try to go down to Gillette and go check them out. If you guys are New England Patriots fans, if you guys have never been to training camp, go do it. It's an unbelievable experience. So, with football right now, there was an interesting thing that new Patriots tight end Martellus Bennett was talking with reporters, and they asked, like, how do you feel playing second between Rob Gronkowski? And he said, it was a really funny quote. He said, I don't mind being Rob's Robin. So, yeah, so pretty much this is going to be the dynamic duo of Batman and Robin. That actually should be a funny thing on a t-shirt. If anybody wants to come up with a t-shirt that says Batman and Robin with Rob's head on Batman and Martinez Bennett's on Robin's head, that would be a pretty funny t-shirt, you know. But yeah, but let's talk about position battles with this team. There's about 90 players on this team. Obviously, a majority of them are going to have to get cut down to 53 by the start of September. Looking at this team, I think like I said, I don't want to make my predictions on what the team's going to look like and how many wins they're going to have, because honestly, guys, right now this is just a time right now where, you're just, oh, here goes my iPad. Yeah, so this is a time where, everybody is, there's really nothing much going on right now in football. Baseball, I believe the Sox, the Sox have been playing pretty good baseball. They've been, been a very competitive team this year. So that's what I have to touch on the Red Sox right there. In hockey news, Bruins news, nothing really new to report there. Like I said, the draft is coming up this Friday, so if you're a diehard hockey fan, go watch that. Hopefully the Bruins can do something in the offseason to get back into, hopefully they can. They were a pretty good team, during the start of the season, and then they just kind of, whatever, it is what it is. Hopefully they could do something in the offseason to get that team back up. Maybe a new coaching change or something like, I don't know. That's a topic we can discuss later on in the week when it gets close to hockey season. In basketball news, the Celtics have they've been trying to trade the third overall pick, which, I honestly don't think they should. But then again, this is my opinion on the whole matter. My opinion on it would be, I would keep that third overall pick, get a really talented player in the top three. If there is a trade where they can get something in return, because guys, like last year the Celtics, yes, they had a bad season, but that team that had no All-Stars, I didn't see a single All-Star, I believe, last year for the Celtics, and they still were able to get into the playoffs, and they actually played pretty decent in the playoffs. Yeah, they lost, but if that team can get an all-star on there, hopefully they can do some damage in the next couple of years. So that's gonna wrap it up for the first sports talk. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. It helps me out. Subscribe for more content, social media, and the links below. Be kind, generous, and love one another. And as always, I will see you on the other side. Bye!